Today we're looking at a moment of awakening. A man raised in royalty is going to be stepping into the pain of his people. My name is Dave Hughes, and this is Glory Bound Ministry. Our scripture for today is Exodus 2, verse 11. Now it came about in those days, when Moses had grown up, that he went out to his fellow Hebrews and looked at their hard labors. And he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his fellow Hebrews. Moses had grown up in Pharaoh's household, of course, educated, protected, and privileged. But something stirred in him. He went out, he looked, he saw. This was not just, hey, I wonder what's going on and let me have a look. The Hebrew word implies deep reflection. The word says, looked on their burdens, or some versions, like NASB, says, at their hard labor. He didn't just see suffering, he felt it. And then he saw injustice. An Egyptian was beating a Hebrew, one of his own. This moment reveals identity. Moses was Hebrew by birth, Egyptian by upbringing, but here he chooses. He aligns himself with the oppressed people of God. Hebrews 11, 24-25 captures this beautifully, I think. By faith, Moses, when he had grown up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to endure ill treatment with the people of God than to enjoy the temporary pleasures of sin. Moses' choice wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual. He saw injustice and he acted. Yes, his action was impulsive and led to really difficult consequences. He killed that Egyptian beating the slave. But the heart behind his actions was righteous. He couldn't ignore the suffering. He couldn't stay silent. This brings us to God's point of view as seen in Proverbs 31, 8, 9. Open your mouth for the people who cannot speak, for the rights of all the unfortunate. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and defend the rights of the poor and needy. Moses didn't speak, he struck. But the principle remains. God stirs his people to act on behalf of the oppressed. As in the case of Moses, that stirring can be messy. Sometimes it leads to exile, but it can also be the beginning of our calling. The verse is a mirror. What burdens has God placed on your heart, my heart? What role are you being prompted to step into? Moses' journey began with a look, a choice, a stirring. Yours might too. Prayerfully seek that impetus that's in your heart. I know right now I am overwhelmed with the slaughter of Christians in Nigeria and Sudan. I see orphans standing there, and I say, God, I should adopt one of these children if possible, but I'm simply too old. It wouldn't be fair. I don't have that much time left on this earth for certain. But examine the burdens on your heart. Do what you can do. Explore the opportunities that you were called to take on. Blessings to you, my friends. Amen.